Thank you for tuning in to the Phillip Show. My name is Danielle DeVita, and I wanted to show you a quick video about a woman who said that being wife material is not a compliment. Let me go ahead and roll that clip.
When a man compliments you that you're wife material, my sister, know that you're doing a lot of things wrong. However, when men often tell you that you're not wife material, that you look too high maintenance, you're not humble, that you do not have an endurance spirit, know that you're doing a whole lot of things right. Because oftentimes, this idea of submission to a lot of men is a doormat, a woman who lacks agency, and a woman who is not assertive enough to hold them accountable for a lot of things. So when they tell you you're not wife material, please, you're doing a whole lot right. Okay?
You know, and as a woman who talks about wife material quite often, I would say she's wrong. And the reason why I say this is, a lot of people take things out of context. If the person who is saying that you're not wife material and using words like submission in a way to dominate, right? Create fear, to create some type of dictator style relationship. No, these are the men you do not want to submit to. These are the men that you do not give wife benefits to. So I think she's alluding a little bit to that. But as a wife, there is a line between what a girlfriend is and what a girlfriend does versus what a wife does. But I want to first make sure I make it clear that whenever you are acting as a wife, because we expect men to be husband material before they are husbands, right? Because a husband is a man who provides, who protects, right? Who leads. But we expect in a relationship prior to marriage that man is showing that he can provide, he can protect, he can lead, and all of these things. But we think as women, we don't need to do anything until we say I do. Being wife material means showing that you have the qualities of being a wife. Just like if someone says you're motherly, but you're not a mother yet. You're a mother material. You have the ability to be a mother. Why? Because you are nurturing, because you are loving, you are selfless, right? You can have these qualities without yet being a mother. And you can be a wife without yet actually having that ring on your finger, right? Because being a wife means you are someone who is emotionally intelligent. You know how to walk in your femininity. You know when to speak and when not to say anything, because that's part of emotional intelligence, not because you don't have a voice. Clearly, I'm here because I have a voice. My husband doesn't stifle that voice. He appreciates it. However, I'm respectful when I speak to him, right? And he has a voice as well. And I'm respectful when I'm listening to him. So a lot of times when we think of submission, when we think of voicing our opinion, we forget the fact that you can do things without tact. You can be aggressive and be overly direct and blunt. And then there's another side of it where you can voice your opinion, when to pick your battles, when to not say certain things, definitely not going below the belt. You understand about femininity, how to be graceful in your actions. There's a time, place, and manner and how you convey things. So we have to understand that. Also, we have to understand what submission is. So the guy who is not doing right by you, of course you don't submit to that man. But submission is essentially being respectful. Because in essence, in marriage, you do submit unto one another, right? A man is submitting to you through showing his love. You respecting them is a form of love for them. So when you are respectful, whether it's in private or in public, when he sees, man, she's respectful, that shows that you love him. Now, if you feel that you can't respect this man, then it begs the question of why are you with him? Why is this even a conversation? You should not be with people you do not respect. So if you are with a man and he's asking you to submit and you don't want to submit to him, why are you with him? Because essentially you're saying you want him to be a leader, a provider, and a protector, which means that man is going to be making decisions. And therefore you want to follow those decisions because you trust his judgment. If you don't trust his judgment, why are you with him? That's the question. And when we understand that, okay, so we don't submit to people that, men that we don't like the values. We don't like that they're not a man of good character. They're not a man who's taking care of business. He's not providing. He's not protecting. He's not leading. I don't submit to that man. I don't entertain that man. I don't be with that man. But if I be with him, if I have children with him, it's because I like his standards. I like his values. I respect that about him. And I'm going to show it through my words and my actions. Right? Part of that is being wife material. A lot of times we hear men talk about, I want someone to be able to cook and clean. That doesn't necessarily make you a wife, because there's women who's cooking and cleaning for men who's not worthy of those things, right? But when you have a good man, part of showing love for him is cooking, is cleaning, and things like that. But being a wife encompasses you using your femininity, you using your nurturing and your supporting and your loving spirit, you taking in that level of respect. Right? You are taking care of the home, taking care and nurturing and cultivating that relationship. That's part of being wife material. A lot of times we think about people saying paying bills and this. That's not what a wife does. That's what a husband does. So if you're paying his bills, you're not being a wife. You're taking over the role that he should be taking up. So if you make good decisions in who you're with, you won't be interpreting her view of what it is to be a wife material. Because her view is a woman who got with a man who's not worthy of those things, and you are being the protector and the provider and the leader in that relationship. Those men who call that wife material, those are modern men. But men who's taking care of their business, they're providing, they're protecting, they're leading, they're loving on you, and all of those things, you are going to want to be the wife you need to be. Let's stop asking men to pull out their wallet and do all these things if we don't want to do the things we need to do to be a wife. A man needs to see that you are wife material, because we every day look to see if a man's husband material, and we'll say his money determines that, his height determines that, his status in life determines that, his accomplishments determine that, his financial stability determines that. We say that often. And these are things that, his masculinity determines that. So if we can say what a husband looks like, then you need to show what a wife looks like. And if you can't show that in your relationship, then no, you're not wife material. You're either going to be the forever girlfriend or the forever side chick. Pick which one you want. But if you don't want to be the wife, then keep listening to her. All right? Go ahead and do that. Thanks for tuning in to the Phillip Scott Show. My name is Mrs. Danielle DeVita. Take care.